So now today's topic is data models. So what is a data model? What are the different data models that are used in database management system? First of all, we discuss what is data modeling. What is a data model? A data model is a conceptual representation of the data. So we already know that three schema architecture. In three schema architecture, we have the external level, conceptual level, and the physical level. In conceptual level, we specify what data to be stored in the database. So that conceptual representation of the data, how the data is stored, what data, yeah, sorry, what data to be stored in the database, we represent in conceptual level. That's why a data model is a conceptual representation of the data structures that are required by the database management system. So it is a conceptual representation of a data. So we already discussed so conceptual representation, conceptual view. In conceptual view, so in three schema architecture, we a conceptual view is a middle layer. In conceptual level, we discuss what data to be stored in the database. So a data model is independent of hardware or software. So it cannot depends on any hardware or any software. It is just the way to represent the data. The data model, how we can represent the data. So we are representing in the form of trees or graphs. So like this tables, what way you are representing the data is called as data model. A data model will represent what is the method, what is the way, what is the method to represent the data, whether the data is represented is in the form of trees or that is form of objects or is in form of tables. So what way we are representing the data, that's we called as a data model. So there are different data models. There are different data models that are available in database management system. They are hierarchical model, networking model, relational model, ER model, and object-oriented model. These are the popular database models that are used from early days to present. Hierarchical model, network model, relational model, object to entity relations model, and object-oriented model. These are the models that are used from early days of computers to present. That means in 1960s, 1940s, from 1950s at present. So these models are used, we are using. So that's why there are different types of models that are used in database management system is hierarchical model, relation network model, relational model, entity relationship model, object oriented model. These are all different data models that are used in database management system. First we'll discuss hierarchical model. So it is the oldest model. So this model is used in 1950s onwards. So 1950s. This is the oldest model that are used in oldest model that is used in database system. So in this model, the data is represented in the form of trees. We already know the trees. So in this format, the data is represented in the form of trees. The top node is called as a root node and bottom nodes are called as leaf nodes. So all the data is organized data elements as a tabular rows. So in this model, the data is represented in the form of trees only. So complete tree. We already know that a tree structure. In tree structure, with the root node, intermediate nodes, and leaf nodes. What is root node? The nodes, the top node is called as root node. Each tree has only one root node. So a root node cannot have any root node cannot have any parent. So however, a root node can have any number of children. Similarly, we have the leaf nodes. The leaf node cannot have any children. The nodes which cannot have children, those nodes are called as leaf nodes. The between the intermediate nodes, the nodes between root node to leaf node, those nodes are called as intermediate nodes. So internal, we also say that internal nodes. So this is the tree in this model. The data is represented in the form of trees. So it is a tree representation of data. So here is an example how the data is represented in a hierarchical model. So for example, if you take an assembly, so that will be classified into three components: component A, component B, and component C. Again, component A is divided into assembly A, component C is again divided into A, B, so B and C, like this. So the top node is the final assembly, bottom node is part A, part B, part C, part D, part E are the leaf nodes. Between all these we called as intermediate nodes. So this is the oldest model that are used in oldest model that are used in database system. So this is the model, first model, tree model. So I had the tree model will called as hierarchical model. In the hierarchical model, the data is represented in the form of trees. The root node is called as, sorry, the top of the node is called as a root node. The bottom of the node is called as leaf node. So in between, there may be any number of nodes. Those nodes are called as internal nodes. So this is the oldest model used in 1950s, like this. This is the model that are used in this is the oldest model. There are some advantages and disadvantages of this model. At present, these models this model we are not using because there are some disadvantages compared to advantages. The advantages are simplicity, data security, data integrity, and efficiency. We already know these. What is simplicity? What is data security? What is data integrity and efficiency when large number of relations? When it is very efficient, when it contains a very large number of relations. We already know that integrity, data is integrated at only one place. We will call as data integrity. Data security. In the case of data security, we provide what data is required by the database user, and we can hide the remaining data. So that's we call as data security. Very simple. Okay. So there are some compared to advantages. That is, there are so many disadvantages which are there are so many disadvantages. That's why this model cannot be used at present. The disadvantage is simplicity implementation is very complex. We know that tree structure is very difficult to implement. So generally, it is not a general. It's a general tree. It's not a binary tree. So if it is a binary tree, we go for two children, so left and right. But it is a general tree. So the general tree implementation is very difficult because each node has any number of children. That's a very complex process to implement. So that is the one major disadvantage by because we are not using a hierarchical model, because the implementation is very complex implementation. That is the one major disadvantage of hierarchical model is so implementing complexity. Another is maintenance. Once the implementation is difficult, then maintenance is also very difficult. That's maintenance is also very difficult process. Programming is very complex. Very complex programming. We know that the tree structure is very complex. So because it's not a general tree, it is a binary general tree. So there may be each node has any number of children. Say the process of examining the nodes from root node to leaf node is a complex process. That's why it's very difficult. Lack of structural independence. There is no independency. So because each level has there is a level of architecture. So we cannot modify the internal nodes without affecting the external nodes, without affecting its upper nodes. So that's the problem we are using. That's why this model cannot be used at present because these are the major disadvantages. One is implementation of complexity. It is very difficult to implement. That is the one major complexity. Another is database complexity. So once implementation, then maintenance is also difficult. Programming also difficult. Both are related words actually. So lack of structural independence. Yes, there is a there is a little bit of data independence. How the So independency, very little bit of data independency. So we already know that data independency. What is the data independency? The ability to modify at one level without affecting the another level is called as data independency. Here we can, it is not possible. We cannot modify one level of node without affecting its upper levels. It's very difficult to process. That's why, so this is the lack of structural independency. So this is the disadvantage of hierarchical model. The next model is network model. A network model is a network model. The data is represented in the form of graphs. So we have in graphs, we have the nodes and edges. So a line which connects the edges. So this is just very complex. It's a linked list, like linked list. We can connect one node to another node through links. That is the linked list complexity. So this type of network model, this network model, it's a very complex, very complex to implement because we are using the linked list. Once the link is failed, so it's very difficult to establish the link again. So finding the difficulty, very difficult to find. So this is the disadvantages. That's why we are not using this model. Complexity, very difficult for complexity. Allow more connection between the nodes. Yes, very, this is the one another major drawback. Network model, in network model the data is represented in the form of graphs only. We already know the graphs in data structure. So a graph is a which contains nodes and edges. So node, an edge means line which connects the nodes. So once the implementation is difficult because graphs are represented when graphs are, if we represent the graphs in arrays, it is a static representation. It's one problem whenever we are using static representation, there is a problem. When we go for linked list, it's very difficult to go implement by using linked list. There are some advantages and disadvantages of this model. So conceptual simplicity. Simplicity concept is very simple. Graph, node and edges. So we connect a line which connects the edges. An edge is a line which connects the two nodes. So that's it's a conceptually simple, very simple. Handle more relationships because we can in graphs it is easy to represent a node which connects any number of nodes. That's why handle many relationships, no problem. So from each node to represent all the nodes by just connecting the lines. So that's why it handle more relationships, easy of data access. Where accessing is very easy because there is a relationship. We can access data integrity, their data independency, and database standards. We already advantages. So these are the advantages of one simplicity because data, it's a conceptual simplicity because in graph representation, a graph which contains nodes and edges, and edge is a line which connects the two nodes. So whenever each node has many, now each node can be connected to all the nodes of a graph because that's way it handles more relationship because from first node to we can connect all the nodes, no problem, because that's way it handle more relationships, easy to data, easy of data access. Data accessing is very easy. Database data integrity is there. So database data independence is also there. Data integrity and data independence is also there. So database standards we can also use database standards. However, there are some disadvantages. One is the system complexity. It is also very complex representation because we are using linked list to implement the graphs. Arrays are not suitable. That's why we are using linked list. We know that linked list is a very difficult process for implementation. So that's why system complexity, it is very complexity. Absence of structural independence. There is so no structural independence, no data independence, structural independency. dependency, because here is also we are using the through links we are using. If one link is failed, entire process is failed. That's way. So options of structural independency. So these are the disadvantages of network model we are. So in this model, in network model, the data is represent is in the form of graphs. In hierarchical model, the data is represent in the form of trees. In this model, the data is represent in the form of graphs. So we know the already graph, a graph which contains nodes and edges. So what is an edge? Each element we called as each row is called as an node. Node. A line which connects is called as an edge. So there is a simplicity, simple we are using to implement. So, however, so many advantages are there. Conceptually, it allows many relationship, because in graphs it is possible to connect one node to all the nodes. That's why handle more relationships. Easy of data access, data integrity is there. We already know all these definitions. Data independency is there. So database standards. However, this model we are also not using, because system complexity. So there is a problem of system complexity. So what is system complexity? So it's because a graph representing, to implement a graph, we use two techniques. One array, and another is linked list. When you represent in the form of arrays, it is a static methodology. We know there are so many disadvantages of static allocation. So another representation is linked list. When you use linked list, it's very difficult. The implementation of linked list is very difficult. If we are using just links to connect one edge, one node to another node. If a link is failed, then there is a problem. That is the problem. So that is the another problem in this model. Next, we go for relational model. What is relational model? In relational model, the data is represented in the form of tables. We are using always data is in the form of table. What is a table? A table is a two-dimensional array which contains rows and columns. We have some rows and columns. Nowadays, we are using relational models. That's why Oracle is called as a relational database management system, because in this model, the data is represented in the form of relations. So to say that any language is a relational database model, the first constraint is the data must be represented in the form of relations, and all the data must a database must uh, supports all the EF code rules. We say that EF code rules, I will tell later what are the EF code rules. A database which supports the EF code rules, then only that database we called as relational database model. Otherwise, we cannot say that a relational database model. So we said the database, if you go for Oracle or SQL plus or SQL, that is called as a relational database model. When we say that when we say a database is a relational database model, in relational database model, the data must be represented in the form of relations, and it must be satisfy all the EF code rules. Later I will tell what are the different EF code rules. So when we go for implementation of SQL, at that time I will tell you what are the EF code rules. So when a database will support these EF code rules, then only that database will be called as a relational model. If it is not, we cannot say that relational model. For example, Oracle is a RDBMS. If we go for Oracle, we say that it is an RDBMS, relational database model, relational database management system, because that Oracle will support all the concepts of EF model, EF code rules. That's why the data is represented in the form of relations. Among that, it also supports all the concepts of EF code rules. Then only that's why. If you go for DBase, there are some early database management systems, EF this database and Fox Pro. There are some database systems which are used in before 1990s. So those we cannot say that RDBMS, because They support that. In that model also, the data is represented in the form of relations, but it does not satisfy all the rules of EF code. That's why FOxPro and DBase, we can't say it's a RDBMS. Oracle, we say that it's an RDBMS because it strongly supports all the EF code rules. So EF code is a person who specified some rules for database. When any database will support those rules, then only that database we called as a RDBMS. If any database does not support the EF code rules, we can't say that it's a data for RDBMS. So DBase and FOxPro is not RDBMS because it's in this those databases, the data is represented in the form of relations. However, it cannot support all the rules of EF code. Later I will tell you. So this is the model that are used in a relational model. In a relational model will support one-to-one relationship, one-to-many, many-to-one, many-to-many relationships. It supports all the types of relations, one-to-one relationship, one-to-many supported, one-to-many-to-one, many-to-many. So it supports all the types of relations. So this is the representation, this one example of relational model. In this model, the data is represented in the form of relations. Relation means table. So each table will contain some rows. We called as a rows and we called as a columns. SID is one column, S name is another column, age is another column, class is another column, session is another column. Similarly, rows 1101, 1102, 1103, 1104, 1105, 1105 called as columns. We called as rows and columns. We technically called as the row. We called as a tuple. The rows we called as a tuples. We say always tuple. Actually, row is not a technical word. We say that it's a tuple. A tuple with just nothing but a row. So similarly, column is not a technical word. So if you go for technically, the column we called as attribute. We called as an attribute. Attribute is nothing but a property. For example, if you go for a student, what are the attributes for a student? Student number, student name, mobile number, email ID, so marks. These are the properties. Those properties we call as attributes. We can't say technically, we can't say column. So if you go for, if we speak technically, so we say that it's an attribute. So columns, rows, we can't say rows. Sir, 5 rows are there, 7 rows are there. So it's not technically. We are not speaking technically. If you go for technical, if you want to speak technically, so that there are 7 tuples are there. So that means 7 rows are there. If you are speaking 7 tuples are there, then it is technically it's correct. 7 rows are there, it's not technically correct. Similarly, 5 columns are there. So it's a very poor pronunciation. We just say that 5 attributes are there. Then it's good. So like this we can. There are some terminology that are used in relational model. So the table we called as we don't call as a table. We called as a relation. Technically we called as a relation. So relation is nothing but a table. However, when you want to speak technically, so we call as a relation. Similarly, the row or a record we called as a tuples. Cardinality. So it's one another. What is the cardinality of the relation? Cardinality is nothing but the number of rows of a relation. A relation will contain 10 tuples, then the cardinality is 10. The relation will contain 20 tuples, then the cardinality is 20. When the relation will contain 40 tuples, tuple means rows, 40 rows or 40 tuples, then the cardinality of the relation is 40. Cardinality is nothing but the number of tuples in a relation. How many rows or how many tuples of a relation, that we called as, technically we called as cardinality. Attribute already told, the column we called as an attribute. Then what is the degree of a relation? The number of columns we call as a degree. A table which contains, relation which contains 5 columns, then the degree of a relation is 5. When a relation is 7 columns, then the degree of the relation is 7. Degree is different from cardinality. Cardinality, the rows and degree is the columns. Number of columns we call as a degree, number of rows we call as a cardinality. Primary key, an attribute which is unique but does not null. An attribute which is unique, that attribute we will call as a primary key. So primary key. So similarly, domain, a pool of values from which all the pool of values, the total pool of values called as a domain. So a pool of values, a specific attribute for a specific relationship taken. So these are the technical terms that are used in relational model. So instead of calling table, you just speak technically, you speak as a relation. Tuple instead of rows. Attribute instead of columns. Cardinality, number of rows. Degree, number of columns. Primary key, unique attribute. So a table must have at least one unique attribute. As for example, if you take a student table as a student ID is a unique attribute. That unique attribute we will call as a primary key. So then another is called as a domain, which are this. These are the technical terms that are used in relational models. That's called as relational model. So what is relational model? In relational model, the data is represented in the form of relations. What is relation means? A relation is a two-dimensional structure which contains rows and columns. The rows we technically called as a tuples. The columns we can call as a attributes. It supports one-to-one relationship, one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many relationship. It supports all the types of relations. One-to-one, it supports one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many relationships. We use some technical terms in this relationship, relational model. So we'll call it first relation. So instead of calling table, so we use a relation. So similarly, tuple, we call as a tuple instead of row. Cardinality is nothing but number of rows. Attribute, number of columns. So primary key, and at each table we must have at least one unique attribute. That unique attribute will called as a primary key, and the domain, pool of values. That pool of values we called as a domain. So these are the some technical terms that are used in relational model. There are so many advantages. That's why nowadays we are using this database. The one is simplicity, simple design, easy, very easy. Row and column representation is very easy compared to graphs and trees. So simply you just think of that. So two-dimensional table, that means rows and columns. Rows and columns is very easy to implement compared to trees and graphs. That's why it's very simple design, very simple design, simple implementation, and simple maintenance. We already know that the two-dimensional table, two-dimensional arrays. So it's very easy. Two-dimensional array is very easy compared to graphs and trees. That's why the one advantage is very easy to for very easy of design, implementation, and maintenance. Conceptual, very simple concept, just rows and columns of very simple conceptual. And structural independence, there is a independency there. So structural independency, so query very powerful query capability and flexibility, easy use of query capability. So there are very advantages. There are so many advantages. First of all, you go for a design. Go for design. So very easy of design. Once the design is easy, then programming is easy, maintenance is also easy. Once the designing is very difficult, and everything is difficult. We know that it is a two-dimensional. So two-dimensional is nothing but rows and columns. So in rows and columns, the row and column representation is very easy process, very easy compared to linked list and trace. That's why. So the one advantage is very easy implement, very easy design, implementation, and maintenance. So simplicity concept, simple concept, very simplicity concept, and structural independency there. So very easy of independency. That's we called as structural independency. However, there are so many advantages. Sorry. So capability is very powerful query language. It's very powerful query language. So in what query language? In query language, we specify what we required without specifying how to get it. Within this language, we just specify what we required. I want so and so, so and so, so and so. So in this model, I will specify what I required without specifying how to. It's one very powerful, flexible, very flexible, no problem. We can add a column, we add a row. That's why it's called as very flexible. We can easily add the rows. We can easily add the columns, delete. So that's a very easy process. That's flexible, very flexible, and easy of query capability. Querying is very simple querying compared to other programming. That's why very query programming is. So these are some different differences between these three models. Data structures, one first one. So in the hierarchical model, the data is represented in the form of trees. Trees. So root node has any number of children. That's why it is one to many relationship. So that's why this data structure is one to many or one to one. In a parent node has one children, then it is called as one-to-one relation. A parent has many number of children, then it has one-to-many relationship. That's why the relationship between hierarchical model is one-to-one or one-to-many. While in the case of network model, allowed the network model support many-to-many relationship only, because from one node to we connect all the nodes. First node to all three nodes. Second node to again all three nodes. Third node to again all three nodes. Fourth node to again all three nodes. That's say if the relationship is many to many relationship only. While in the case of relational model, it supports one to one, one to many to one, many to many relationship. First of all, you go for structure. So in hierarchical model, the data is represented in the form of trees. We already know that a tree has a parent and children. Parent and children. A parent node has one children or any number of children. It's not a binary tree. A parent node has one children or many number of children. No problem. A parent node has one children, then it we say that one-to-one relationship. A parent node has many number of children, so we say that is a one-to-many relationship. That's why the relationships that are supported by the hierarchical model is one-to-one and one-to-many. While in the case of network model, it supports only many-to-many relationship, because, for example, there are four nodes are there. We connect from first node to second, third, fourth. Similarly, from second node to 1, 3, 4. From third node to again 2, 1, 4. Similarly, from fourth node to 1, 2, 3. So that's way. So there is a many to many relationship, and there is no one to one relationship or one to many. That's why network model will support many to many relationship. However, the relational model will support one to one, one to many to one, many to many. So this is the first difference between these three models. So again, next we go for our second. Based on parent-child relationship in the hierarchical model, I already told that. So in the hierarchical model, the data is in the form of parent and child relationship. So here the relationships we are using parent and child, and a record can have many number of parents as well as many children. While in the case of this network model, a record can have any number of parents, because it's many to many. Say a record from one to all. So that's why a record may record a parent have as well as many children. So a parent have as well as any children based on relation data structures. So here, what are the relation we required? If we require one to one, we go for one to one. If we require one to many, we can use one to many. If we require many to many, it's no problem. Another, that is the data structure. Then manipulation does not provide an independent standard query interface. There is no standard query interface. There is no standard. retrieving algorithms are complex and asymmetric. So the algorithms already told that the algorithm is very difficult because so we are representing in the form of trees. The trees are very difficult. That's why algorithms are very complex and asymmetric. So there is no, it does not provide independent standards, but there is no query standards. So see, in the case of this network model, retrieving model is complex because when we are using linked list representation, it's very complex process. That's why again it is a retrieving algorithms are very complex and asymmetric, same as hierarchical. So here the query language we are using Codacil, conference and data system language. The query language that are used in network model is Codacil. So Codacil is also developed by DBase, and Foxpro is also developed by the Codacil. Those languages are not database RDBMS. While in the case of this relational database with the being from SQL, here we are using SQL. SQL means structured query language. So retrieving is very simple, very simple retrieving algorithms are there. That's why. So these are the some difference in manipulations. So the manipulation is, first of all, go for implementation. We go for implementation. Manipulation. So insertion means insertion or deletion, updation. We call as manipulation. Manipulation. So we go for manipulation means we are want to insert a node or delete a node, update a node. So we call it as manipulation. The manipulation algorithms that are used in hierarchical and network are very complex because so in hierarchical it is in trees, in network it is in graphs. Trees and graphs are very difficult to implement. So while in the case of relational model, say that if they are represented in the form of two-dimensional view, it's very easy. Then along with this, retrieving algorithms, very complex we already said. There is no standard language. So here is the Codacil is the language, here is the SQL is the language we are using. So in our relational database we are using SQL. So in network model we are using Codacil, and while in the case of hierarchical there is no standard independent language. Data integrity, another. Cannot insert the information of child when does not have any parent. So there is a problem. There is always a relationship between parent and child. We cannot independently insert a child without a parent. That is the problem. So in a hierarchical model, the data is always represented in the form of parent and child. Each child must have a parent. That's why we cannot insert a child until it does not have a parent. Until it has a parent. That's why cannot insert the information of a child when does not have any parent. If there is no parent, we cannot insert. That's why first of all you have to define the relationship, then only you have to enter. Without defining the relationship, you cannot enter the data. Does not offer from any insertion and anomaly. So there is a problem of insertion anomaly. Once we created a graph, 4x4 graph, suppose I want to insert a 5x4, one more node. Again there is a representation 1 to 5, 2 to 5, 3 to 5, 4 to 5, 5 to 5. So that is the anomaly. Anomaly means problems, inconsistency that is occurred. Anomaly means an error that is occurred during the insertion, deletion or updation. We called as anomaly. Does not suffer from any insertion anomaly. However, there is a suffer from others. Does not support from any insertion anomaly. So there is no problem of insertion anomaly. So multiple occurrence of the child records, free from update anomalies. We can very easy to update in both of the models. Easy to insert, easy to update in network and relational models. While in the case of hierarchical, it's one. Deletion. So one hierarchical has the problems because when you delete a parent, the child is also deleted. That's the one is the problem of hierarchical. While in the case of network and relational, there is no problem. So that means in network and relational models, there is no problem of insertion, updation and deletion. While in the case of hierarchical model, it has the problem of updation and insertion and deletion. So these are the different problems that are used. So this is the difference of difference. Then we go for another model called as ER model. ER model means entity relationship model. ER. So what is an entity? An entity is a person, place, object, event, or a concept in the user's environment which contains a data. So what is entity? An entity is a person, place, object, event, or concept in the user's environment which contains data. So anyone, if you take a person we has some characteristics, properties. A person who is in the college studying, that person will call as a student. The student has some properties: student ID, student name, all ticket number, marks. These are the properties. A person who visit a store or we visit a shop, then that person we call as a customer. There we call as customer ID, customer name. A person who visit to some other hospital, then we call it as a patient. Patient ID, patient name, address. These are the properties. So any person, that's why an entity is a person, place. So it's an object or a concept in the user's environment which contains data. Concept, selling is a concept. Registration is a concept. Purchase is a concept. So this is called as a concept. So suppose I want to purchase some item. So purchase means order ID, order name, quantity purchase. That's called as a concept. That's concept. Similarly, object, place, anything. So an entity is a person, place, object, or a concept in the user's environment which contains a data. A relationship is also association between, there must be a relationship between, an association between two entities is called as a relationship. The association means, suppose student joined a course. Actually, student is one entity, course is another entity. The relationship between these, the student and course, that's called as relationship. Association. The association is called as a relationship. The properties we will call as an attributes. We again will discuss in next unit what is a entity relational models, how to represent it. This is some brief view. So nowadays we are using the representation ER model representation. So at present we are using ER model representations. So that's one easy process. Now at present we are also object oriented. All in object oriented. We already know that what is an object. An object is a, so an object, what is an object? We know that an object is a runtime entity. So what is object will also contains data and methods. Methods are used to communicate one object with another object. We already know that object oriented features. So these are the object oriented model. Like this, there are 5 data models are present. So one is called as hierarchical model. In a hierarchical model, the data is represented in the form of trees. So the root node is called as, top node is called as root node, bottom node is called as leaf node. It supports one-to-one and one-to-many relationship because a parent node has one children or many children. That's why it supports one-to-one, one-to-many. So it does not have specific language, query language, very difficult retrieving algorithms. The retrieving algorithms are very difficult. It suffers data manipulations because we cannot insert, delete, and update very easily. That is the problem in hierarchical model. While you go for network model, the data is represented in the form of networks or graphs. Graph means we know that node and edges. Edge is a connection, a connection between two is called as an edge. So nodes and edges is there, graph. A graph structure, we know already graph structure is there. So we are using the graph structure. In graph structure, we are using that concept. So graph structure will support many to many relationship only, because from each node to we connect all the nodes. That way it support many to many relationships. So the language, query language, Codacil is the language we are using in relational model. It also very easy for insertion, deletion, and updation, no problem. Another is a relational model. Then relational model, the data is represented in the form of relations. Relations means tables, rows, and columns. So when we represent rows and columns, the each row is technically called as tuple. Each column is called as technically called as a attribute. The number of rows is called as a cardinality. So the number of columns is called as a degree. So the pool of values called as a domain. So like this, the technical terms that are used. So relational model support one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many relationships. Very easy data manipulation. That means we can insert, delete, and update the data very easily. That's why data easy data manipulation. So present actually we are using relational models. Again we have the model. Another model is there, that is called as entity relationship models. In entity relationship model, the data is represented in the form of entities. What is an entity? An entity is a person, place, object, or a concept in the user's environment which contains data. Properties will call as an attribute. The association between the two entities is called as a relationship. So we discuss in next chapter, next unit. Again, we have at present we are using object-oriented model. In object-oriented model, so we are using objects. We already know that object will contains data and methods. Methods are used to communicate one object with another object. This is about relation. What is the different data models that are used? This is about today's class.